conduct the business of the PSJRA. So, yes, you have that option to change.
Everybody satisfied with how we're doing it now, we'll keep the time.
I think we're talking about, the reason why that was put on the agenda, was mainly because if we didn't have anything to discuss,
Yeah.
why haven't we?
Right. So we have it quarterly.
Yes, you could have a
Still-
still, if it's the wish of the board, yes.
I'm fine with that.
Fine with that, we don't have anything to discuss.
Yeah, we can call a special meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime there's there's an order of business, that there's a meeting need called, Chairman Lacy can call the meeting.
Okay. Do we have to vote on that?
Yes, sir, I would formally vote on that to set your dates and times and when you want to meet, that way we can get it posted.
Okay, so, we'll be quarterly, 11 o'clock before.
City meetings then, same thing except make it quarterly. I'll make that motion then.
I'll second.
A motion by Ed, second by Mr. Eddie Fields. All in favor? Those opposed? Our motion passed 5-0. I think that'd be the best to do. We'll have more.
What
Think about that. Yeah.
More to discuss too, I'm good with that.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is, having the C and D paving.
Yes, sir, the last meeting, it was asked about which roads we utilized city funds for paving last year, what the costs were for Avenue C and D, so we did provide that to you on there. If you turn over to page on there, shows we actually paid $466,889 is what it cost to pave that section of Avenue C and D. And then near cost was $34,700, so it was roughly about $500,000. We applied for a grant last year for the SCOP to pay the other portion of C and D that goes from 98 to MLK Boulevard, and it got denied. It's time again to put in for another application, which is on the city commission agenda later today. That, you know, is something y'all want to give a recommendation to for the city commission at the later meeting today on there to re-enter another application for those same addresses. We could do that since we got all the paperwork. So we could give it a second shot.
Did they give a reason for denying?
They did, and it's one of those ones we've been very fortunate the last couple of years to get one almost every year. But you gotta remember, the District 3 covers a lot of cities and counties, so I think they spread the money out every time to make sure they try to cover everybody. So as far as I know, there was no specific reason on there. I think at this time, they just always say that there was a lot of good applications.
I mean, with that being the case, I don't think it would be any harm to get back in on the list, and let's try to be considered for any type of infrastructure improvements that we can get access to.
And we ought to be able to do those two extensions to Mountain Line for $500,000, both of them, because it's a lot shorter and that would really complete that project, make it a lot better.
Yeah, paving's gotten expensive. The last couple of SCOT grants we got, they usually allot somewhere around $500,000. And it seemed like the last 2 or 3, we've still had to come up with $75,000 to $100,000 out of our own pocket to cover the cost, because what happens is you get $500,000, all right? You go out to bid for it, but you've already had to pay your engineers to put the plans and everything together for it. So you're already on the hook for X number of dollars. So then you go out, you bid it, the bids come back about the amount that you have for it, but you still have to have CEI services too for inspection. So those 2 items we've been having to pay out of our pocket the last couple of years, which usually comes into that range of about $75,000 when it's a requirement for the grants. Which is still a pretty good deal. You think if you pay $75,000 to get $500,000, it's just not like it used to be with grants. Used to, you got 100% grant, you pay nothing out of your pocket, but these days you better allot so much in your budget every single year for matching funds on grants.
Sure.
There's very few that are 100%.
Anybody have any comments or discussion?
Well, in this particular project, if we did this last year, did we already move forward on, have we already paid for consulting fees on this? So would that have to be redone or?
Not at this point. Normally what happens is our engineers will help us put together the application. And then once we get the grant, then they give us a task order to do the full. So they've already got the rough draft and everything put together on this. We just have to shore up the cost estimate on it. But it's pretty much put together. So basically we just be resubmitting that. We'll freshen.
It's on the agenda.
City, we got it, don't have anybody in the audience, citizens be heard, I'm gonna call it out anyway, not in the hallway. Citizens be heard. Citizens be heard, any discussion by the board, any ideas, anything?
Well, I just say resubmit the grant.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement with that.
Yeah.
I've been thinking that, you know, we need to start looking at, well, MLK and trying to make it better, you know. I think, probably a little bit of beautification, something like that. I just been thinking there's nothing, you know, what is just in my head right now, you know, I just wanna, the board to be aware of how I'm thinking about some of that.
What about Amos Junior and his project? Is there any talk about, is he gonna start that? You know, we approved it, and
I haven't heard anything,
I'd love to see that get started, and it would just really jumpstart MLK.
definitely.
But Jim, you haven't heard anything?
Nothing since the development of it.
And I think that's why we pushed so hard for them.
Absolutely, and allow, you know, parking, waivers and those type of things. Well, we did our part. I mean, we just, if anybody sees him, you know, let's just find out what his plans are.
We did get a approval from the county too on the two that were approved by the board for demolition a couple months back. Remember Ms. Barbara Walker was one of them that came to us about she was trying to rebuild a house there. So did get word the county is going to partnership with us on those. So I've got all the paperwork over to them. So there's a house on Avenue A and on B that will be coming down with the help of the county.
I don't have anything else. Yeah.
Well, we've got, I will say this, and it's on our city agenda for Eddie's, ratification. The nuisance ordinance where we'll start towing, abandoned vehicles with no tags that are in violation of our ordinance. And we finally, I think, got it to a point where everybody will be pretty much pleased with, if they'll sign a waiver, they'll come pick it up for free.
Yeah. Okay.
In the past, I think they were worried about having to pay all this money, and they, you know, stirred up a little controversy, but, I think we've got a way that the towing company will take it and do their due diligence and charge citizens anything. And we've got them all over town. It doesn't matter what side of town you live on. We've got plenty of them all around. Abandoned cars. There's a big old truck on 18th Street with no tires on it, so.
I was wondering, the vehicles that don't have a tag on them, those when you get them, if they have an old expired tag, maybe 3 years, you don't get
They're
those.
gone too.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta have a current
Gotta have insurance, current tag.
tag.
Yes, okay.
They got about 5 or 6 cars in the yard, you gonna get those too?
If they don't have a current tag,
Okay.
they're gone. No exceptions. If we pass that, now I'm just saying what's there.
Okay,
And,
Hopefully it'll pass.
yeah,
sounds good.
If we have anything else, I call this meeting adjourned. A motion to adjourn.
somebody, okay, second.